Hello, Petra. So good to see you. Thank you so much for joining me here. So basically what I want to do is really just celebrate you and your growth that you've had and that I've been able to witness in the Freedom to Love program. So my first question is, what have you been able to experience with yourself and in your relationship since doing this work in the Freedom to Love program?
So actually for me, what I learned was most beneficial for the relationship to myself. So I am calmer, I'm more relaxed, I'm happier, and whenever something comes up, I have all of these tools that I can use, and I am just so thankful for having compassion, and that is definitely something I learned in the Freedom to Love program, because before I read about it and I knew that was important, but now I have tons and tons of compassion for myself, and it's really a life changer.
Yeah, and how has that and having these tools changed how you show up in your relationship?
I think there's less conflict, and I am more open and also more relaxed about things that happen. And also I can give my boyfriend more compassion, because I can remind myself we are all human. We are all in this crazy experience together. And yeah, that has helped a lot. And actually I can, because that was one of my goals before I started all of this, I can enjoy just being with him without having to be anywhere else or thinking about the future. And I have enjoyed so many moments because of that.
That is huge. So huge. So tell us a little bit more about what you were experiencing then before doing this work. How did you feel about your relationship, about yourself? Take us there.
So before, I was in a pretty dark place because I was haunted by my thoughts and actually controlled by them. And I would ruminate all the time, and I couldn't get out of those thought spirals no matter what I did. And my body started aching because I was so desperate to get out of my head, but I just didn't know how. And talking about it didn't help because it kind of triggered the thought spirals, and I was too anxious to meditate. And so that was like I couldn't get out of my head. And sometimes it got so bad that I thought, if I break up, these thoughts about him will stop, and I just want them to stop.
Yeah, so the thoughts were so overpowering that you thought your only option was to leave your boyfriend. Yeah. And so how are you doing with those thought spirals now if you get an intrusive or an anxious thought?
Actually, I catch them much sooner, and then I'm like, oh, okay, that's what's happening. So I have much more awareness about what's going on, and I have the tools to slow down and take a moment for myself, and also ask myself, where is this coming from and what do I need right now?
Yes. Yeah. So what was the most impactful part of this process for you?
Actually, I have told or talked about this to so many people, because before I thought that I was strange and I couldn't talk to anyone because they would tell me that I was crazy and that it was just me and that I wasn't normal. And in the program, I saw that women who were on the other side of the world had the same thoughts and the same problems. And I actually learned, first of all, I'm not the only one. There are so many people out there who have these thoughts. And secondly, all of these thoughts and the protective mechanisms are a natural reaction to what happened in my childhood. So it's the most natural thing on earth, which doesn't mean that it's easy, but for me, it helped to kind of accept that about myself, and to talk more about it.
Yeah, that's huge. It's like this huge weight was lifted off your shoulders when you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not the only one.
Yes.
Yeah, that in itself can be so empowering. And I love that about the group work, is seeing people connect from, like you said, opposite sides of the world. Like, oh my gosh, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm curious to know what fears you had before doing the Freedom to Love program, because I know a lot of people out there can get really convinced by their fears, and they're scared to jump in. So what fears did you have before doing the work?
So I actually, because I read that many people fear that they don't have RCD, and I know that I don't have it, but I definitely have relationship anxiety. And so it has helped a lot with that. And for me, the biggest fear was that I wouldn't learn anything and that it wouldn't work. So I would just waste all the money and my time and stay in the same place. Kind of like maybe not believing that I could do the work and that I could get out of there. But it seems that there was a small part of me that knew that, or that had hope that this would help. And I'm very, very thankful that I started all of this.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm so proud of you because that is a risk. It's a leap of faith. When you have all these fears that say, what if it's a waste of time and money? What if this doesn't work? What if I don't really have ROCD or relationship anxiety? And if I'm not sure that I have it, then this isn't going to work. And yet that you follow that glimmer of hope. I said, maybe if I do this, something will change.
Yes.
Yeah. And a lot changed for you.
Oh yeah. And also another thing that I noticed, I mean, it's a very long program with 10 weeks, and not everything was for me. I'm not using every exercise or every tool we did. But the ones that I do use are so life-changing and helpful. So I'm very, very grateful that I did all of this. And I also think it's very cool that you use different approaches, so there's something for everyone.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love hearing that. Yeah, there's something for everyone, and every tool is unique, and you can really take with you what really worked for you. I love that. So my last question is, what would you say to someone out there who's experiencing anxiety about their relationship?
You're not alone. You can get out of this. It's not going to be easy. It's incredibly hard. It's going to hurt. Also, healing is not linear. So whenever you have a setback, please don't stop and don't blame yourself too much. And yeah, I just I can recommend Chelsea's program. For me, it was the best.
Yeah. And what would you say to them if they felt really scared to do the work? What could you empower them with?
I think what helped me most was seeing that it helped in so many life situations, like not only in relationships, but in my work, in university, in how I show up for myself, in every relationship, like with friends, parents, and everybody. So doing this is mostly for yourself, really. And actually, I think you explained that in one of your stories, but like this won't force you to do anything. Like this is just giving you tools to help with the anxiety. But in the end, like it teaches you to decide for yourself. And that's that's for you to decide. Yeah.
Gives you your power back instead of fear making the decisions. Yeah. And that's the secret sauce of this work, is that you benefit the most. You're the one that benefits. And I love that you said it not only benefits your relationship, but just every other area of your life, because it changes you from the inside out. So it changes how you show up in every area of your life.
Yeah.
So powerful. And I'm just so proud of you and so honored that we got to go on this journey together. And yeah, it's just been so, so cool to witness your growth and you really stepping into your power. I feel like that's the biggest thing that I witnessed for you, is you just like owning your power. I love it. Well, thank you so, so much for taking the time to share with the world your growth and really inspiring others and letting them know that this can be possible for them too. So thank you so, so, so much. And I wish you all the love on your journey. Bye.
Thank you.